We're here with Jennifer Magley. Tell us, who is Jennifer Magley?
Hey, hey, hey. I am so grateful and thankful to be here today. I am the Chief Brand Officer of the Basketball League and Basketball Super League, but maybe you've seen me on LinkedIn on taking the stage as an MC of a lot of events. But the thing you should know most about me is that I'm a super fan of athletic cosmetics.
Thank
That's
you.
what you really should know because that's really all I want to talk about today is like the mascara. I'm obsessed, but Domi, do your thing. We can do your thing.
Thank you, Jennifer. You were also recently part of a big event. Tell me a little more about it. It was
Yeah,
such a great
I
event.
was the main stage MC for Rally Innovation Conference, and the keynote speakers for that were Alex Rodriguez and Marcus Lemonis. It was here in Indianapolis, and it really was a cross-sector conference for tech, entertainment, media, all the things. And then I was the MC for Stepping Out in Style. Now, that was a gala, about 1,300 people, 25th anniversary. We like to be a little extra on stage. So
Yes.
that's those are the kind of the big highlights most recently of my stage work.
It's interesting because your background is in tennis and now you are with the TBL, the Basketball League.
Yeah,
Congratulations, such a great league. And here you are next to Alex Rodriguez.
so much fun. Well, we go way back. We go way back, Domi and I do, to our days in tennis, training to be professional tennis players. And Domi, you're still in the pro sports world with the amazing things you're doing with athletic cosmetic. And now I'm just amazed at all of the things that we've done compared to where we started, like living on a dream and still going for a dream. So that's just the thing that is uniting us today is that. And then yes, I'm still in sports. Basically, TBL feeds into the NBA G League, and it's the place where you can come and have a stepping stone experience. So these guys come from around the world and they play for a minimum of 3 months in TBL. And our second league in Canada is the Basketball Super League. And that's more of a destination league where you play for 5 months. So they're getting their stats and they're getting opportunities to continue pursuing their dreams.
That is great. And what is your goal for the league?
Oh my gosh, just to help every single person involved to land their dream job. So, Domi, that means we've got folks that are on the dance teams that are going up to the NBA. We have statisticians, we have refs, we have coaches, we have announcers. So, anybody that has that big dream to be big time, we help them get there through having experience with TBL and BSL.
Jennifer, your image when you were at the event was so interesting. How do you describe your image?
How do I describe myself?
Yes.
Extra. I
Such
am
a,
so I'm so extra. I think of like being an MC, like the thing that they're hiring you to do is be like Santa Claus, right? And when they hire you to be Santa Claus, you've got to bring that spirit. So I feel that that's the role of being an MC. And recently somebody said, "Well, who's your stylist and who's your manager? And how are you getting these opportunities?" And I'm like, "You're looking at all of them. I can't wait to fire my stylist and my manager and actually hire someone else." So it's a bit of solopreneurship that happens when you see me on stage, but I'm fortunate to be there and convince people that it looks like I have more people helping me. So
well, it
that's fun.
was very interesting.
Oh, thank
Congratulations on
you.
the great performance. What
Thank
is your
you.
what is your brand?
What is my brand? I would like to think that my brand is all about authenticity. So the reason why I've gained such a large following on LinkedIn isn't because all my posts are perfect. If anything, it was because I shared moments where I've made really big mistakes, and I was open about them. So I would say that my brand is all about transparency. Fingers crossed.
Before an event, do you get nervous?
Absolutely. Dami, I am sweating head to toe. I'm putting on antiperspirant under my arms. I'm putting it on my feet. If I could take a whole bath and like anti-sweat stuff, I'm looking into like wipes that don't make you sweat for a week. I will do anything. And I'm a natural deodorant girl. So I think that's another thing to know. But I am so nervous before I step on that stage. But someone told me a long time ago, a friend of mine, she said that someone told her, imagine that everyone is frozen and they can't move until they hear the sound of your voice. So that helps me
Mhm.
get outside of myself and think, okay, this is all about them. If I'm nervous, I'm making it all about me.
And so, if you can give advice What advice can you give of how to handle nerves? I mean, you've performed in sports, now on stage.
How to handle nerves. I would say I recently read a book that said, become still inside of yourself, take some deep breaths, and try to physically locate where the nervousness is and lean into that. So I've been doing that, and strangely, you can feel the nervousness going away. It's like hide and seek. It wants to run away from you when you try to find, where am I nervous in my body? Is it my heart? Is it my sweaty palms? What is it? And as you acknowledge it, you say, thank you. Thank you so much for being nervous. I understand you are, but I'm not getting chased by a tiger here. I'm okay. And then you're able to pivot and move forward.
So many great events you've already been part of.
Yes.
What is your dream for your career?
Tell me I want to be big time. I really believe that no one knows our name and we need to change that. And then we need to know the people before we need them. So for me, I mean, I'm willing to dream as big gets. So if that's hosting or having some type of presenting capacity at the Grammys or the Academy Awards or the red carpet, that would just be chef's kiss. Mwah, so much fun for me.
How much has sports helped you in your career?
My sports is everything. I feel like what we went through as kids shaped our entire personality. I know that I've also been addicted to achievement, and I don't know if that happened before or after sports, but it is something that you can never quite get away from. I like to ask myself this question: who would I be if I didn't achieve one more thing in my life? And that's very stark to say, okay, what's really important? What is success? How do I celebrate? All of those things, the good and the bad, came from my childhood in sports. So I would say achievement and loving that dopamine hit of achieving the impossible goal, that came from sports 100%. Was that true for you? Is that how it was?
Absolutely. I think that's a very good point. I think your example of how we're always striving to and aiming to be better. I think as an athlete, we almost always strive for perfection, even though perfection doesn't exist. But I think it's
Right.
good to always strive for more and strive for more. And the main thing is to keep going.
Yeah. Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. I've had to learn when to celebrate though, because sometimes we set those goals and when we hit them, we're disappointed because we think should have been a bigger goal, right? And I've had to learn, my husband's helped me. He's like, okay, that's a win. I'm like, is it a win or did it mean I was playing too small? So knowing this kind of tango, this back and forth, I think it's maybe a lifelong journey.
What's helped you a lot is your great articles. You're a contributor for Forbes, I understand.
Yes,
And I
yes,
think that's helped you a lot, writing articles for different
yeah.
great
I
publications.
really believe that social media is great for the messaging features. So if you can get a big brand name behind you so that when you reach out and you message people, you have a reason to talk to them, I think that is very powerful. So whether you're on LinkedIn, whether you're on Instagram, consider sliding into the direct messages, the DM slides, as they call it. And you can get a lot more out of that just instead of just posting. So really look to engage and move people to get on video calls. That's what's worked well for me.
I see you always have your makeup on perfectly, whether you're on
Oh,
social
do
media events.
I?
So
Speaking of,
what's your daily routine look like? Does it always include makeup?
you know what? It does. I wear a lot of makeup. Actually, you did not ask me to do this, but I have some of my favorite products right here. I know you might be mortified, but I love athletic cosmetic. So this is the hyaluronic acid. I put this on before my moisturizer because I live in the Midwest. It's super dry here. And believe it or not, I did switch over to the goat mascara. I used to be like a better than sex lash person. That's a brand. And now I love the goat. And the reason why I love the goat is because I work out a lot. So when you work out a lot, you're not looking to put on a bunch of makeup, take it off, go to a meeting. This has become my go-to and it stays on. You're going to want to use waterproof remover. So that is my go-to. These two products, I'm obsessed. And I'm not just saying that because I'm with the founder. It's actually true.
So
It's
so
true.
what does it do to you? Putting a little makeup, does it make you feel comfortable or confident?
It
What does it
does.
do to you?
Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm a little done up. Look, people are like, why do you work out so hard? Why is your nutrition like this? It's really for your health. No, it's not. it's because I want to look good. Okay. And I'm okay with saying that. Like, I'm okay with saying I got a little vanity, I got a little self pride. So when I go in and I work out, I also want something that performs and that's not in my eyes and making me, I'm doing sprints on a treadmill. I don't need to be like eyes stinging here. So I'm really grateful that these products came out. I love how natural they are. I love how even, they're recyclable, all the things. Like even when you're done with them, you can put them in the recycling container. So I'm a big fan, and I think that having a little zhuzh in the gym, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
And you can talk about it because I've seen it. You're in the gym
Oh my
almost
gosh,
every
I'm
day.
so sweaty, so stinky. I really might be the sweatiest person I know. And the fact that I can finally have a mascara that performs at the level that I perform, that makes me very happy. So, I mean, the weird part about becoming like more known is that I do actually run into people that might recognize me in the gym. And so my ego allows me to continue to say, oh, yeah, that's me, rather than I don't know what you're talking about. So in my little local level, being known, having my makeup on, it goes a long way.
Well, it does go a long way. One advice that you can give to someone.
Oh my gosh, one piece of advice that I give to someone, it would be maybe consider falling in love with learning. I read a lot of books. I know people love podcasts, I know people love shows, but I am obsessed with books. So I'm reading about 5 to 10 books a month, some on audio, some on regular books, and just the science behind what it does to our minds and how it grows us. Consider picking up a habit of reading.
What do you consider your biggest challenge?
Gosh, my biggest challenge, I would probably tell myself living in Indiana. The reason why is because we don't make a lot of movies here, or we don't have a lot of things on national television. But it's also my greatest gift. Like my family lives here, and I get to be a little bit special in Indiana because the community allows me to be special and they support me. So sometimes I tell myself, because most people in America live in places like Indianapolis rather than New York or Florida or LA. So most people in the US are like me. We dream big and we hope that large things can happen in our small towns. So I would say that's my biggest challenge for my big dreams, but it's also the greatest blessing at the same time.
If you could pick someone, if you could step into a certain career and you say, I want to be that person, who would you pick?
Oh boy. I don't know if I would pick pick anyone. I would just like to pick me with an excellent publicist.
I like that.
That's what I'd like to see is a version of my life where I get to be the client of Sky Blue Media, or I get to have someone very high powered and connected in my corner. I think that would be the most interesting thing for me to watch if I'm watching someone's life on a movie screen. It would be my own with maybe a little more resources, maybe a little more connections. But most people are like that, right? Most of us want to see what would my life be if I didn't have to think about XYZ.
How important do you think are routines? As a former athlete, and really you're still an athlete, but you played the tour, you went to a top university, now you're still in the gym. How important do you think are routines?
Oh, routines. I mean, they say we're all slave to habits, so be a slave
Yeah.
to good habits. I think Og Mandino, an author, said that back in the
Yeah.
70s. And if it's not about our routine or habits, it's not happening. And that's why I keep a calendar and I have people think I'm a robot. When we start talking about our routines, their eyes just glaze over. Like when they want the truth, it's like, tell me, how do you look like that? When you really start to tell them, they start falling asleep, right? They can't believe that you're doing these things every single day at this
Yeah.
certain time and going to sleep. And so
Yeah.
I would say routines are very important. How do we create them? I think it's just that what do I want more than my next breath? Do I want to carry the responsibility of this routine versus the weight of doing nothing? So either way, it's going to be challenging. It's going to weigh on your back. Is it going to be the routine or is it going to be inaction?
What advice can you give if you have a tough day, for example? As athletes, we learn to always keep going. We learn about consistency, constant hard work, perseverance, discipline. But what advice can you give? What can you do after a tough meeting or a tough day?
Yeah, what's helped me over the years is realizing it's just a moment. So trying to keep it into that small container, that small box, and letting that tough moment not become a complete day. That's been the focus. So minimizing the amount of time that I feel this way. And then there's other times in life when things are so awful, or you have a tragedy, or you have some type of thing completely out of your control. I feel like that is a day-to-day roller coaster ride. And I think it's all right to say, hey, I'm down today, but I'm still going to give my best. And in sports, we talk about, hey, maybe my best can be better than other folks' worsts. And I think that also helps a lot of times is when you go very hard, even on your worst day, maybe your 50% is the same as someone else's 100. So giving ourselves space for that grace and the things that happen in life.
And Jennifer, it's been such a pleasure having you on the show. So interesting.
Oh, likewise. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you and the company that you're building. And for those watching, like Domi, she's being very professional right now. She's very nice, but she has always been so hardworking, always been a champion on and off of the court. I have seen her character and it is literally unmatched. So whatever you can do to support Domi, you're supporting a good human being. So that's why I'm grateful to you for having me on today, because it's been decades of seeing you work so hard and work from the heart.
Thank you, Jennifer. And I'm sure you can remember when we were professional tennis players, we always wanted to wear makeup, but at the time, the cosmetic products didn't provide our needs. So it would have been great to
Yeah,
have it back then, but now we have it.
now we do. Finally, we do. I mean, I remember it being like detrimental to our skin to wear anything on it. If anything, you were choosing like a moment of beauty for like weeks of issues with your skin and with your eyes. So I'm grateful that you've come out with these products and that you're passionate. I mean, just seeing you with the Olympic team, seeing you in the magazines, People Magazine, and all the things. I'm just super proud of everything you're doing right now.
Oh, thank you so much. And it's been great having you on the show. And good luck with the next event. We'll keep
Thank
following you on social
you.
media and hopefully attend the next events.